Good morning. This is Shri here again and giving you a recap of the India versus Australia first test match at Nagpur. India emphatically won this test match by an innings and 132 runs after dismissing Australia for 91 runs in the second innings. Ravichandran Ashwin did most of the damage by ripping through the Australian top order, taking another 5-wicket haul in India. Ashwin continues to be the dominant bowler on Indian pitches, and with the combination of Ravindra Jadeja and Akshar Patel, the Australians had no answer to the Indian spin attack. Shami came in the end and mopped up the tail with 2 quick wickets. But the story of the day was how Ashwin was able to lure the Australians to drives and either getting edges to the first slip or even carry almost doing unthinkable, which is trying to reverse sweep Ashwin on a slow turning pitch. And he did the same thing in the first inning, and he fell again to Ashwin. The only batsman for Australia who provided some kind of fight back was Steve Smith, who remained not out at 25. But the rest of the Australian batsmen could not handle the Indian spin attack. The pitch was not the story here. Indian batters still piled up 400 runs in their first inning. So the Indian spinners bowled much better. Indian batsmen played much better. The other thing that should also be mentioned here is the fielding. The Australian side dropped a few catches in the slip area. Steve Smith especially dropped 2 of them, and they proved really costly. I'm not saying that would have made Australia the victor here in the first test match, but I feel that they could have given themselves a decent chance to fight back in this test. So end of the day, it was complete domination by India in the second inning. Let's look at the Indian batting attack in the first inning. Ravindra Jadeja and Akshar Patel continued their partnership, but Jadeja fell early, but Akshar Patel continued to demonstrate how good of a player he is down the order, trying to guide the ball through covers, hitting an occasional 6, and his defense was almost like perfect. And this is something that the Australians could learn a lot on how to tackle spin on turning pitches. And he was helped by Shami, who scored a quick-fire 37. But here's where I do see that Pat Cummins may have made a mistake. Instead of bringing himself and the fast bowling attack for tailenders, he continued with the spin attack, and Shami really teed up on the spinners. So that's something to be said. That is 37 runs, crucial runs when for a tailender, and that's a lot for Australia to recover. The summary of the game for Australia is very simple. 1, they dropped too many catches. 2, their patience on the crease to tackle spinners wasn't as strong as India was. And number 3, the bowling, crucial thing, situational bowling is very key in a test match that involves 5 days, where you need to adapt to situations and different batsmen. But all credit goes to India. Rohit Sharma, captain, what a captain's knock. 3 Indian batsmen scoring over 50 runs, 2 5-wicket hauls, 1 by Ravindra Jadeja in first inning, and 5-wicket haul for Ashwin in the second, and excellent fielding throughout the test match made sure that India would take a 1-0 lead in this test match. Now the scene shifts to Delhi for the second test, and Australia has a lot of thinking to do. What do? Do they bring in Travis Head? What's the status of Mitchell Starc? And they clearly missed Mitchell Starc in this test match. But then they still have a lot to prove. Australia is the world number one team, and I definitely think they will bounce back. This happened very similar to India when India was bowled out for 36 runs in Australia and then came back to win the series. But the odds are definitely stacked against Australia, but if there is one team that can battle, it is the Australians. But the Indians should be on their toes and be ready to face a different Australian team in Delhi in the second test match. This has been an amazing time giving a recap of the test match, and I look forward to providing the same in the second test and on the rest of the test series. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much for listening.